Hey Student Success, this is your video for week 7. So you are almost done. Remember, this is only an 8-week course. So hopefully last week, toward the end of week 6, I did reopen week 1, and I know a couple of you took advantage of that. At the end of this week, at the end of week 7, you will see week 2 will reopen. So you'll see the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 5th, 6th, 7th, will have another chance to get into week 2 and make up any assignments from that week. So please make sure you take advantage of that. I also just want to real quick state that week 8 will also open up early on March 5th, Friday, March 5th. And that's for anyone who finishes week 7. Please finish week 7 first, and then you can move into week 8. Now, I won't upload the video until Monday like normal, but if you wanted to get in and get working on week 8 early to finish the class early, you are welcome to do so. So, as I have the last several videos, I'm going to start off with another workshop reminder. We are getting down to just the very few offerings remaining at this point. So, by the time you watch this video, we're already in March, and so you can see there are some workshops here at the beginning of March that you can take advantage of. I've been really impressed with how many workshops they've offered this semester. They're really trying to make sure that you can see like 7 p.m., 10 a.m. They're really making sure that they're trying to get everyone, a chance to attend one. So again, take a look at those, see what is interesting to you, and then in My Stark State, you want to make sure that you register there. So My Stark State, the Academic Support tab, you'll see that Student Success Workshop, and you'll register. And depending on the workshop, they'll either send you the link right away, or within 24 hours, they'll send you the link. So just kind of be mindful of that every workshop, depending on the presenter, is a little different. All right. So, as I said, we're in week 7. This runs from March 1st through March 7th, and you have 2 assignments this week, and one of which is kind of asking you to look ahead a little bit. So, week 7, there's not necessarily a chapter associated. Instead, this is about registration and the library. So, because there's no discussion post, your week 7 attendance will be based on completing both of these assignments by Sunday. For week 7 attendance, if you only complete one, you get partial attendance credit. So, in the materials folder, we're going to talk about your library assignment first. You'll see that there is the digital library, like a whole folder here. And so what you're going to do before you take the actual assignment is, especially if you're not familiar with our digital library, you're going to see that there are a bunch of links here. Here's a lesson, here's a lesson, here's a link, here's a link. These are all links that will take you to pages that revolve around the digital library. So this page in particular, the who, what, where, when, how, these are all filled with information about the digital library and short little videos. Most of these videos are just a couple minutes long, and they're just going to kind of walk you through some of the resources, the tools, the things that the digital library can do for you as the student. So, and this, again, this is specifically catered to our class. So you want to click through those, look through those. This is the library's main page, so it's going to give you some general information as well as some of the links that those videos will talk about, how to get in and access, searching by database, where you go to look for scholarly articles, where you can go and request books through OhioLink to be picked up at the Kent State Library. So again, please just spend some time clicking through and getting to know the digital library. You have the basic contact information. After you have spent that time clicking around, again, this is all in the materials folder, so I'll click back real quick. Materials folder toward the bottom there, the digital library, all of these links are in there. Once you feel comfortable with the digital library itself, go ahead and get into the assignment folder. And you'll see there's the library assignment right there. So you have to first be familiar with the library in order to take the library assignment. So you'll click on it. It's going to open up one of these. Yep.
Now that you've completed the library,
I'm going to pause it real quick. So this is kind of like a quick quiz. And so you're going to...
Each question is worth 2 points. What is the digital library?
And so some of these, you can certainly probably toggle back and forth, but it also is just helpful if you've already spent some time and you know the answers so that you're not kind of having to click back and forth throughout the resources. Please make sure when you're done at the very last question, you hit submit, it's run through. check your grades, make sure that it actually recorded your grade. I have so many students where it just says in progress, in progress, in progress, which means maybe you clicked in, you did a few questions, but you never fully submitted it, or maybe you just clicked in and looked at it and didn't go back. So please make sure you allow yourself to get through all the way, hit submit at the very end. So that is the library assignment. Again, that is due Sunday the 7th. Your other assignment is your registration assignment. So this is, I just want to point out, this is not set in stone making your schedule for the next semester. This is an exercise in using the college's resources to help you learn how to schedule and understand the needs of your particular degree. So that being said, like it even says on here, you don't have to work with your advisor on this. You do not have to have it formed, signed. You do not have to have it approved. And if you eventually schedule and it's not the same schedule that you put on this form, that is okay. This is really just an exercise in making sure you know how to use the resources to help you. In fact, if this is your first semester or you're a CCP student, you should still be meeting with your advisor, or at least checking in with them. So you shouldn't be self-enrolling quite yet anyway, but eventually you will get to the point where you will know what classes you have to take and what you have to do. So this is helpful for that purpose. So you're going to go ahead and you'll click on that. You'll see that it's going to open up like a editable PDF. You'll be able to click right in here. So you'll want to put your name, whatever date you're filling this out. Now, you can choose summer or fall 2021 because both are open, both are viewable. So summer or fall 2021 is what you're looking at. So you'll just, you can either put an X there to indicate you're doing that or put the year right there. Put your major. All right, now you have to know this information. No one, I hope, will fill out this entire table because that's way too many classes. It's just there in case, sometimes students will put down like maybe options. They'll put a whole slate of options on here and then eventually they'll choose one. But you are not filling out this whole table. What you are doing is coming up with the schedule of classes that you think you might end up taking in the summer or the fall. Some of you might have already registered because priority registration is open. If that's the case, just fill this out with the schedule that you already created. If you haven't, I will tell you that your map page is going to come in handy. So hopefully you remember and maybe even still have saved your map page because this can be a really useful tool. So on your map page, it'll tell you all the classes you need to take, all the classes you're currently taking, and it's going to give you a lot of that information that you need to help fill this out. So I would recommend that you have your map page pulled up or printed out or however you want to do that. And if you're not wanting to use your map page or a couple people said it wasn't updated, you could go back to the Stark State homepage under academics and find your particular major. So you click on your community. Remember, you scroll. We did this in a previous video as well. We scroll down. You click on whatever major it is you're working toward, and then you pull up your courses right here, your PDF, because this is going to have, again, similar information that you need. Okay, so whether you're using your map page or you are using your kind of program plan, both are going to have similar information. So what you're going to do is, let's say, I'll just go ahead and use like this since it's pulled up. I need to take in the fall my college composition class. So if I'm looking at my registration assignment, here are all the information I need to fill out. I'm going to go ahead and look to see, okay, I know I need to take college composition, ENG 124. That's going to be my search. So I'm going to go into my Stark State. I'm going to click on my stuff, and I'm going to go to look up classes. Okay. I'll close it out so you can see what it asks first. I'm going to go to look up classes. I'm going to search by fall 2021, unless I want to do summer. That's up to you. All right, I said ENG. So this is, you can see it has all the 3-letter abbreviations there. So I'm going to scroll down to ENG, and I'm going to hit my course search. And if I double check again, I need ENG 124. So 124 is right here. I'm going to hit View Sections, and this tells me all of the ENG 124, which is college comp, that are going to be available in the fall. You see there's a lot of listings there, which is a good thing. I have lots of options. All right, now I'm using this as my example to fill this out. Okay, so I've got my registration form. what is my CRN? Okay, my CRN is this 5-digit number right here. So let's say I'm just picking this first one here. I would write 33270. Okay, my subject is my ENG. It's that 3-letter abbreviation. Okay. Now, if I go back, I need to know the number. Well, it's 124. That's what I looked up, English 124. So there's my course number, 124. Now it wants to know the course title. And I'm just going to abbreviate, it's College Comp. How many credit hours is it? Well, it's going to tell me right here, 3 credits. So I'll click back in here. Okay. Now, times, day, campus. This is going to vary depending on what you're doing here. If you're taking an online course, it's not going to have any time or campus. It's going to say, like over here, Web 3, Web 4. So if you're taking an online course, don't worry about time or day, or you could, if you wanted to, put NA, and for campus, you would put Web. Okay. Now, if I were taking a class on campus, of course, I would go down here, and here's an example of one. This is a Monday, Wednesday class at 9 to 10:15 at main campus. So I would maybe put that in there, 9 to 10:15, Monday, Wednesday, and main. Okay, so that just depends on the course. And then you're going to keep going, however many classes you decide to put on there, and then how many total credit hours are you looking at? Some of you may only take 3 credits, especially if you're setting up for summer classes. 3-6 credits is a lot in the summer even. If you're looking at the fall, you may have anywhere between 3 and maybe 15 credits. So it just depends. When you're done, make sure that I'm going to go ahead and save that with my changes, because I gave you the option to do it without my changes. And that's often how students, see how it said with or without your changes. Some students save it without my changes. I'm going to say with my changes. I'm just going to save it as my schedule, and there it is. And then I'll go back into Blackboard. I'll click on registration assignment, and I'll upload it there. Okay, so as a recap for that assignment, you can use your map page, and your map page actually gives you a lot of information as well. It has that, the numbers, the name, the credit hours. Now, you could also, in your map, I'll show you an example. If you haven't taken it yet, it might be hyperlinked where you could click and it'll bring up, some information, and then if it's offered in the fall or the summer, it'll have that information there. I'm using a very old map. This is obviously from several years ago. If you recall, I said this is my brother who already graduated, so that's why it's not bringing up anything right there. But you will see in your map that there might be some blue hyperlinks where you can click directly on there and it can bring up the schedule for you. So you can use your map, or as I said, you could go to your home page here, under academics, find your career community, find your specific major, click on it, and you can use this. And then eventually you'll go into My Stark State under My Stuff, click Look Up Classes, and then you'll be able to do the search. Remember, you are searching by this 3-letter code. So for instance, our class is SSC101, so I would look under SSC, do a course search that way. And it would say, oh, let's look at all the sections. Okay, so that's what you're doing for the registration assignment. Again, if you fill this out and then in a couple weeks you really go to register, you don't have to use the same schedule, but you certainly can, but you're not glued to it. It's an option and it's a resource. Or it's something that you could be like, hey, you're going to email your advisor, say, hey, this is a good opportunity for me to talk to you. I have to fill out this assignment in class. It really got me thinking about my future schedule. Can we schedule an appointment? So it might help you in that capacity. All right, so recap for week 7, you are completing the registration assignment and the library assignment. Remember, make sure you go through all those videos and pages to make sure you're comfortable with the library before you go into that assignment itself. Both are due by Sunday, and they both count for your week 7 attendance. 3 other quick reminders. Make sure that you sign up for your Student Success Workshop, as that is due very soon. Week 8 ends on a Friday, so you need to get this workshop completed. Week 2 will reopen at the end of week 7 for anyone to make up points or assignments they missed at the beginning of the semester. And week 8 will open early as well in case anyone's trying to wrap up the semester. All right, hope everyone has a great week. Bye.